Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the internet. Welcome to my channel. It's me, Odio, and I'm back today to review the Pendragon Cycle Rise of the Merlin, Episode 5 The Price of Failure. Oh, yeah, let's get into it here. I gotta say, this show seems to get better week after week, episode after episode. This may be the best episode yet. We're approaching really good level. This is just super high quality. I love this show. And when we get back here in this one, we'll open up with we're getting Merlin in the past. We're gonna see some of the druids come in, and we get a young Merlin. I don't know the actor who plays him, but he does an excellent job.
Excellent!
It's really neat because we see Merlin's old like druid master, and he collects all the other druids together, and they don't believe in the new god Jeju. And Merlin, holy god! In this episode, we see him show real power. He just stands on this. I don't know what it is, some sort of a throne or whatever. They're like, you can't stand there. Only the druid gods, true believers or whatever, can stand there. He stands up on that. He thinks you think this has power, and he raises all the stones and everything. It was awesome. It was like really cool to see on the screen. I was like, this is really like he just shows a lot of power, and he's only like a little kid. He's just like, you worship the gods who control trees and rocks, but there was a god that made them. I was like, wow, okay. Even after that, they don't all really believe him, but you get to see how in the past he actually gets abducted at one time when he's a lot younger. And it was really cool. You get to see him living with these random hill people who speak these different languages. There are other kids there kind of like him that I guess also got abducted. I didn't really understand what was going on with all that, but it was honestly, even the flashbacks, they're really good, high quality. Like I said, even when every actor I see introduced, I feel like they're all really trying. And it's just the show, it lets the serious moments sit. It doesn't always have to crack a joke or have something stupid or silly, whatever happened. I really, really enjoy it. And young Merlin, he has another crazy moment that takes place, and he like somehow lightning comes out of the sky at one point. It's great. You get, like I said, you get more of his powers even when he's young.
No!
Yeah, there are a lot of flashbacks in this episode of young Merlin, and it helps build his character. You understand, certain things he used to do. They don't really get to why he's not a murderous psychopath or powerful warrior, whatever you want to say that he used to be, but we know that he doesn't want to do that anymore, because it's even when he has to go around in this episode and do some stuff. The main point of his mission, though, is in this episode, him and Peleus are going to be traveling up north to try to seek, some help for the army from the kings in the north. Because we got to worry about, the other plot in this episode, which is honestly becoming maybe the strongest plot in the show at this point. Back to the brothers Aurelius and Uhtred. Aurelius and Uhtred's story in this one is just really good. Like, I don't want to say Game of Thrones-esque, but I do want to say that because I really liked it. They got to gather all the kings together, and Aurelius is going to be the High King, and Uhtred can't keep his mouth shut, so he's going to be I think it's like the Duke's Nomina or something. I can't remember the pronunciation, but basically the general of all generals. And some of these other kings that come to join up, they think he may not be the greatest warrior. He is untested and this and that. And they do have a guy there who has fought the Saxons before. And let me tell you, they do all need to join together. You get to see the Saxon fleet in this episode. Holy cow, it is massive. One of the guys I think said 10,000 strong. What the heck? And you get to see them. They're just like a huge army on the water. And you don't get a lot of time with the Saxons in this one, just a little bit at the beginning, but they're still coming off as horrifying.
I'm planning on dying tonight. What are your plans?
So they know they all got to join together, but they're not so sure that Uhtred is going to be the man to lead him, and they're not so sure about Aurelius either, which is too bad because that guy's really growing on me. He really feels like a true king who'll be able to deliver both justice and mercy all at once. Merlin alludes to that once or twice, but I think he's right. The way they portray the character, the actor on him does a great job. So basically, you start to get this where all the other kings are kind of plotting. They're talking about, well, how many men does Aurelius have? How many do you have? I've sworn an oath, but you haven't sworn an oath. There's all this backstabbing, all this intrigue, moving pieces around like a chessboard and stuff. Ooh, I loved it. I was like, I was really getting into it there. It wasn't combat, but it was just so interesting and fun to think like, oh, who's going to betray them? Who's going to be with them? Like, we get to see everything, but Aurelius doesn't.
You said clear.
I said it looks clear.
Well, what's it look like now?
Looks clear.
It's kind of funny too, because a lot of the problems seem to be caused by Uhtred, who's just being a jerk to this warrior king or whatever. He just goes and invades his tent at one point when his daughter's in there and stuff. It was kind of crazy. Aurelius had to tell him to go apologize and stuff, but they don't really respect Aurelius as king. So, like I said, they all kind of plot to backstab him. One guy there reminds me of Littlefinger from Game of Thrones. He's not directly saying betray him, but he's kind of putting the pieces in place, sort of thing. And then what we get is a really cool moment where he gets challenged. He gets challenged for the throne. I loved it. I was like, oh, this is deep. And so Uhtred's me like, get my armor, get my sword. And my favorite moment in it, he's like, no, you can't take your armor. It must be me. I was like, oh my gosh, yes, Aurelius, the true king. He knows he's got to be the one to go out there and win that fight, not just to prove he's the king, but to show the men he's going to be a great leader for them. I got chills. I was like, yes. Oh, I knew this fight was going to be tough for him and everything. We saw him do another big battle just a couple episodes ago against a guy. So, but it was exciting. I was looking forward to it. The whole thing ends with just this epic clash and Aurelius having it was a crazy. I loved it. For a one-on-one fight from a TV show fantasy, it was awesome. It was just, they come out with a sword and shield. You get the music going. Oh, the music in this episode in particular was fantastic. I've enjoyed it in all the episodes, but I was really getting into it in this one, the beat and everything. And like when they went to go fight, the swords going at it, smashing the shields against each other. And the combat is done really well. All the armor looks authentic and good. And this show just keeps going over the top with excellence. And the performance you get, even from all these different kings, they're not in it that much, but again, you believe their deceptive nature and everything. Just really good, man. These guys have nailed it with this. And the best part is that's not even the main part. That's not even what Merlin is doing when he goes up traveling up north, and we get to see Brett Cooper again. I can't remember. She's playing what seems to be Merlin's sister, but I think she's dead clearly because at one point he's talking to her, holding her hand, and Peleus looks back and there's nobody there, and he's just like, "All right."
Say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
And he keeps telling him, we can't go to the north because the king there, he's going to kill you. You know why? You can't just go back. It's been 50 years. But Merlin doesn't care. He's going back because he's got to try to get support for the war. There are so many Saxons. They're going to be like ants coming over them. They're going to kill everyone. They have to get a big force together to fight back. The king of the North's name is escaping me now, but he's also Atlantean. So he's, even though it's been 50 years, Merlin walks in and says, this court looks exactly the same. He's like, yeah, why do you think it would change? Merlin brings that up, that Atlanteans never change. Time goes around them like a river goes around the rocks. Very profound. We go through a whole nother sequence, but again, Merlin's silent authority. Tom Sharp is perfect. Man, he really nails the role of Merlin. He never actually pulls out a weapon or does anything threatening, but again, this is his most powerful episode. You even see him kind of stop time at one point. And even though he gets kind of, thrown in prison and some other stuff, it still feels like, again, he's always in control. But this grieving Atlantean king, we start to find out he's actually like who Merlin considered like a dad. And I think Brett Cooper was his daughter and Merlin couldn't save herself. I don't know. It wasn't super clear. They don't really call it all out. Just like with why he won't kill. They don't tell you directly, but it seemed to be attached to that sword. Wicked witchcraft. We also get one of my favorite moments of all 5 episodes when Merlin goes just full power like a god at one point. Just looks like he's calling on like Jeju or whatever. He just smashes everybody off a dock at one point. He like raises stuff up like he's using the force. Oh my god, it was so cool. You get to see more magic and power in this episode than you do in most of the other ones. And with all the intrigue from all the kings and everything, trying to gather the army against the rising horde of the Saxon, man, this show's awesome. Every episode is better and better. Everything is coming together. And I'm so excited to watch every episode when it comes out. It's a great show. And I still find the overall quality of performances we're getting from everyone is top notch. It's very believable. Like, it's so easy to get lost in this world for the hour every week that it's on. I believe I'm there. Everyone's dirty. Everyone looks like they live there. Every castle looks the way it should. Absolutely gorgeous in this one. I don't know how to pronounce the name of the kingdom they went to, like Godot or something like that. And that Atlantean king, he only has one arm. His other arm is like some sort of a metal arm stuck up to him. I really thought we were going to find out that Merlin cut his arm off or something. The first thing I thought, I was like, oh, I see this guy's got a metal arm. He looks pissed at Merlin. I wonder if he cut it off. But again, like I said, probably the strongest episode so far of Merlin. It's just great. Merlin gets to go on an adventure. We get all kinds of magic and power. We get intrigue about the throne, a one-on-one battle. Just awesome. This show is amazing. I'm still keeping this at 9.5 out of 10 on the odometer. This is the best show I've got watching on TV this year for sure. Check this one out. Easiest recommend I've ever had on my channel forever. And thanks so much for watching this far, guys. Really appreciate that. Please like, share, subscribe to the video, and everybody, stay out of trouble.